The Jehovah's Witnesses defense team made one terrible mistake in Oslo, Norway. It was a disaster. And if the Supreme Court realizes what we've uncovered, this case instantly moves from a dispute to a criminal investigation for state fraud. You are about to see the internal directive of the Watchtower Society that could end the Watchtower's legal standing in the whole of Europe. If you have not subscribed to this channel, kindly do me one favor. Subscribe and smash the notice bell. And by so doing, you are helping us to continue bringing you more deep dives like this one. I am Dr. K, a theologian and a consultant. We are analyzing day 3 of the state versus the Watchtower in the Supreme Court, Oslo, Norway. This is the most dangerous trial in the organization history. The Watchtower's mask didn't just slip, it totally fell. On February 9th, 2026, the Watchtower defense team did something that was shocking, just for them to ensure that they continue to have access to a $1.6 million in state grant. They did not just blatantly lie under oath, but they threw every rank and file of the Jehovah's Witnesses under the bus. By the end of this video, I'll show you evidence that proves that their defense was a calculated betrayal of their own members. This was a final disaster that Warwick never saw coming. Day 3 began with a state attorney, Inga, walking into the courtroom with a smoking digital gun. She was done with semantics. Remember we mentioned in episode 2 that covered part of day 2 and day 3 of the trial sessions that Anders, the lead JW defense lawyer, had told the court blatantly that the word shunning is not in the organization vocabulary, but it is an invention of apostates. He claimed the organization never uses that word, shunning. But on Monday, the state attorney placed play on a video from the Jehovah's Witnesses' own website. The title, Loyally Uphold Jehovah's Judgment, Shun Unrepentant Wrongdoers. Here is the clip.
Looking back, my parents tried hard to do the right thing, to do things Jehovah's way. But because I didn't have a hatred for what's bad, I couldn't see anything wrong with my choices. This eventually led me to do things I later regretted. I ended up getting disfellowshipped.
Sonia Erickson has been disfellowshipped.
It crushed my whole family.
Okay, to continue the meeting, we may remember last month's service.
Later, my father explained to me that I couldn't remain in the home because I refused to change my lifestyle. He told me I was having a negative effect on my younger brother and sister. Then I'm out of this house. I was determined to do what I wanted. When I left home that day, all I could think about was Eric. I didn't even care that my parents' hearts were breaking.
The court went silent. The state proved that the defense team was either not aware of their clan's teachings or they blatantly lied under oath to intentionally mislead the Supreme Court. This was the moment the JW theocratic warfare hit the wall of objective reality. The grilling, throwing the members under the bus. Then came the grilling. The Supreme Court judges pressed Anders to be able to explain who was really responsible for shunning in the organization. Remember that in episode 2, we mentioned that Anders had indicated that shunning was an individual choice. All what the organization did was teach members what is found in the Bible, and then the members had to exercise a personal choice, using their own God-given conscience. This is where the betrayal happened. But we are yet to tell you the actual evidence. To protect the organization from being labeled as coercive, This is where Anders did the unthinkable, throwing the members of JW under the bus. He told the judges shunning is a personal choice made by individual Jehovah's Witnesses. He argued that the elders do not enforce it and the organization does not mandate it.
We're here to help you, Meg. I want you to remember that as we go through the meeting, okay? And I know you can only see me and Rory and Ollie. But trust me, Jehovah is right here as well, right now, in the room with us, okay?
Thank you.
At this time, you have an opportunity to make a statement.
I spent the night with Sam.
You admit it was repulsive behavior in his eyes.
No. It wasn't repulsive.
Think your words through, Meg.
I know I disappointed Jehovah. But I love Sam. And I think he loves me, and what we did was innocent and just loving.
Meg, we're trying to help you here. But you're not making it easy. If we can't establish that you're sufficiently remorseful, we will have no choice but to disfellowship you. No one in the congregation will speak to you again. You'll be an outcast, like your dad. Is that what you want? Disfellowship, she'll be all alone. Is that what you want for her?
You talk about being a loving shepherd all the time. You talk about gathering the lambs in your arms and carrying them close to your heart. But here you are asking me all these horrible questions and threatening my mum. She's only ever been good to everyone. Why are you doing this?
Those whom Jehovah loves, he disciplines.
He essentially taught the court that if the families are being torn apart, don't blame the Watchtower. Blame the individual members who are doing it. Think about that. Millions of Jehovah's Witnesses believe that they are being loyal by following the organization mandate. But in court, their own lawyer told the government that the organization has nothing to do with shunning. He made the members, the 4 guys, to keep $1.6 million flowing. He portrayed a high control system as a collection of individual opinions to avoid human rights ruling, the Brazen Conduct trap. But here is a gold standard of evidence that proves that the person choice argument is a total fraud. While the lawyer was speaking to the judges, this book, The Shepherd the Flock Manual, was the evidence he hoped they would never analyze. Look at chapter 12, page 116. This is the smoking gun directive. It doesn't say shunning is personal. It says if a member chooses not to shun a disfellowshipped person, they can be hauled back to the judicial committee for a brazen conduct.
My brother-in-law, who was a ministerial servant, was removed because they didn't immediately kick me out of their house when I was disfellowshipped. So there were consequences for the people that I think kept contact. And that's, a good way to keep those people in line with all the rules as well and enforce this is, well, if you're going to talk, you can be disfellowshipped for having a relationship, even a family relationship with somebody who's disfellowshipped.
The legal fraud? Anders Ryssdal told the court shunning was a voluntary individual choice. This manual actually proves that shunning was organizationally mandated, and refusing to do so would result in social execution. The organization doesn't just mandate shunning, they punish everyone who refuses to do it. This isn't freedom of religion. It is a systematic policy of coercion. The admission, the final disaster. Confronted with videos and manuals, Ryssdal made an admission that will go down in the legal history for a very long time. He stated, I may have overstated things when talking about the word shun. In Supreme Court, overstating things regarding the core behavior of your client to secure state subsidies is a definition of subsidies fraud. This internal directive, the Shepherd the Flock Manual, proves that the defense was a coordinated attempt to deceive the Norwegian government. By claiming that the word shunning was a personal choice, while internally punishing those who don't comply, the Watchtower opened the door for criminal investigations into state fraud. The hearings are over. The Watchtower didn't just lose their dignity, they lost their legal standing. By throwing their own members under the bus to save the bank account, they prove that the truth is not what they are defending, it's the money. I want to hear from you about this Brazen Conduct clause. Can anyone honestly say that this was a personal choice? Drop your thoughts in the comments. If you want to see such deep dives, like, subscribe, and smash the notice bell so that every time I upload another deep dive, you'll receive a notification. To watch part 1 of the series, The State versus the Watchtower, click on this link. To watch part 2 of the episode, click on this link. To watch other videos covering the trial in the lower courts, click on this link.